Since Apple launched their first AirPods back in 2016, many companies have developed and started selling their own true wireless buds. Recently, Razer has launched their own Bluetooth 5.0 ultra-low latency true wireless earbuds to take on the Apple's AirPods. And having used the AirPods for almost 2 years and the Razer Hammerhead True Wireless for almost 2 months, I will be doing a comparison between the two, highlighting the key differences between these two models in today's video and recommending which one offers more value for their price. Before we jump into the details, I just want to quickly explain that the reason for comparing the Razer earbuds to the AirPods and not the new AirPods Pro is because the new AirPods Pro cost $249, $300 where I'm at, so they are equipped with more features and obviously perform better than the Razer's earbuds. Also, with AirPods users starting to upgrade to the Pro, you can easily get a second gen with wireless charging case from a reputable source at around $100, bringing the price of these two earbuds even closer. So to be fair, no AirPods Pro today. It bounced off The first thing I'll be comparing is the sound of both models. Since I'm no audiophile, so I'll be giving a more general feedback on the sound in different usage scenarios. The treble for both models are good, sounding relaxed and not harsh or lacking in any way. As for the mid-range, both deliver smooth, clear vocals when listening to music, watching movies, and playing games. Though when there are many things going on at the same time on a scene, such as explosions and gunshots at the same time as vocals, Razer's buds seem to be more detailed and clear without much bass distortion. This is especially obvious when gaming. And as for the bass itself, Razer has tuned their bass to be more tamed compared to previous Hammerhead Bluetooth. So their earbuds now deliver a more punchy and deeper bass compared to Apple Airpods when listening to music, watching Netflix, and playing games. Personally, I like Razer's buds mid-range and bass over the AirPods because they provide a more immersive listening experience. What about you? What's your audio preference when gaming? Leave me a comment below. Also, another thing I want to point out is the volume. Due to Razer's larger 30mm drivers, their earbuds are considerably louder than the AirPods. For AirPods, I have to bring the volume up to 75% or more just to drown out the outside noise. But for Razer buds at 50 to 60%, it is already louder than the AirPods at 75% without much audio distortion. The second thing is the microphone. Both microphones are okay and deliver a clear voice when used for calls, with the other end not being able to distinguish any differences. However, when it comes to making calls in a noisy environment, voice from the Razer earbuds seem to get distorted more compared to the Apple AirPods. Though the receiver on the other end can still make out what is being said. Here are two short examples I recorded with each model while playing a film trailer in the background. Testing Razer's True Wireless Buds. Who said quitting gaming was the only solution? Gamers Clinic will offer alternative solutions so you can keep that hobby you love. Testing Apple Airpods microphone. Who said quitting gaming was the only solution? Gamers Clinic will offer alternative solutions so you can keep that hobby you love. Next, I will be comparing the functionalities and ease of use for each model. Razer's earbuds offer a lot more gesture control out of the box, 12 according to a manual, while the AirPods is limited to one customizable function to each earpiece. However, the gesture control are a bit sluggish compared to the taps on the Apple AirPods. You have to get the tap duration right in order for the taps to register correctly. Tap too fast and they're not properly registered. And this is kind of annoying, as sometimes when I'm trying to switch between two calls, I ended up hanging up the call myself. Accessing Siri and Bixby with gesture works well on Razer's bud, but Apple's AirPods will only work with Android virtual assistants with help from third-party apps. And if you are an Apple user, the second-gen AirPods have a slight advantage of Hey Siri being always on, and another neat little automatic ear detection feature which pauses the music when you remove one earpiece. As for single-piece earpiece listening, Razer's Hammerhead True Wireless works for both Apple and Android phones, while Apple's AirPods can only use single-piece listening with iPhones only. And as for the charging cases, Razers can charge via any USB-C cable, while first-gen Apple Airpods must rely on lightning cables to charge, with wireless charging available on the second-gen AirPods. In terms of usage time, I get an average of 4 hours as advertised by Razer, with volume set at 45 to 50%, while the AirPods, when brand new, lasted a little more than 4 hours instead of the advertised 5 hours due to having to keep the volume at a high level of 75 to 80%. And according to their manufacturer's specifications, Razer case will hold another additional 4 charges, totaling to 16 hours, while AirPods can hold up to 24 hours. But either way, both headphones kept me entertained on my 6-hour flights to Japan with a quick recharging break during my mealtime. Finally, the last feature I'll talk about is the ultra-low latency gaming mode developed by Razer for gamers. When I use Razer earbuds to game on my laptop, I really couldn't tell the difference between gaming mode and normal mode. But when compared to Apple Airpods, there's a slight noticeable lag when playing some FPS games on both laptop and iPhone X, but not that obvious. This lag, however, becomes more obvious when playing Fortnite on my brother's Galaxy S10. When you fire your weapon, there will be a very obvious delay, which can be quite disorienting at times. The Razer earbuds, however, do not have this issue on all 3 platforms. It seriously feels like you're using a wired headphone or 2.5 GHz wireless headphones. So overall, I would say Razer did a very good job in making a true wireless earbuds that's tailored for gamers, and at the same time priced a bit below my expectation, which is freaking awesome because when I first saw the announcement, I thought these earbuds were gonna be priced close to the AirPods. So my recommendation is that if you're using an iPhone and not doing much gaming and mainly watching videos and only listening to music, both Razer's Hammerhead True Wireless and Apple's AirPods will work fine, with Razer being the more value for money option. However, if you use an Android or play competitive games on both iOS and Android, don't even consider the AirPods. Alright, thank you for watching. Hit that thumbs if you enjoyed today's video, and I'll be back next month with another Is It Worth Your Money review. Meantime, subscribe to enjoy my other videos where I tackle real-life gamer problems on a weekly basis, and see you in the next video.